right. All right.
Doing enough fucking... Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Information
yeah, I was saying I wouldn't mind doing enough to fucking unlock the Corvette, man.
I noticed.
I know I'm not that far off now. The one
it takes a lot of ranks because you need almost like one before the max rank to unlock it. So a lot of people say that it's not worth it. It's combat wise, it's like it's a bit better. It can be a bit better than the Conda because it's
it's more combat focused than a
it's
Conda,
combat focused, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
do you know? I don't know how far off I am in rank. Actually, I don't suppose you know where the fucking ranks start for that. I mean, I think I'm like lieutenant something or other.
So let me check.
Let me find out. Status faction. Post commander. That's what I am.
Silence doesn't pay anyone bills though.
Or the bar tabs.
All clear. You're clear to resume all navigation. Exited.
Post commander. I love how these ships are saying the name of the station if you're using Copilot.
Oh, yeah. I haven't actually used Copilot for a minute. I only really tend to use it when I'm doing EXO. I've not... It's one of those things that I know it's really powerful, and I know I haven't set it up enough, so it's almost sort of frustrating, because I know there's more stuff it could be doing, but I just don't have the fucking technical knowledge to do, you know? It's like getting voice attack working with it. Like, I know that's relatively simple, it's just brain power and doing it, you know? I'd love to get some actual, like, voice commands out of it, though. I think that'd be great. Like, so you can just, like, tell the shit to do stuff, like,
oh,
you know,
yeah,
free
yeah.
hits.
Switch to this, switch to that, yeah. Where did you go?
Medium zone.
Medium zone.
Yeah, the one that's really close.
You dropped in already?
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, you should be able to...
I'll just, drop in real quick.
Yeah.
Mystery about the old INRA bases.
I think it's good we get the meteor section out of the way first. I mean, there's a lot of controversy.
I need to remember the fucking sub-target, man. I'm so bad for this.
On all these different
like sub-targets make such a difference to the damage that like you can do to stuff, man. I really wish I'd known about that before.
That this is kind of just like the first we're really hearing of it again. I mean, it's been around for like 200 years now. And it's been sitting there and no one's like...
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Got it. Well, give me some bit of yeah, that vulture, that'll do.
Fighter deployed.
Affirmative, Commander. Establishing fighter link.
I'm here.
Nice. Yeah, if you've got frag cannons, man, the better than sub-targeting the power plant is fucking sub-target the drives and just lay into their fucking drives because they just stop working real quick. Like, and then you're just a fucking box tumbling through space, you know? That vulture's fucked. Where is it?
I think the saying is your goose is cooked.
No, your vulture's fucked is definitely the same. I'm 90% sure of that. And this.
More than one enemy Good to have you on the team, Commander.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
And he's dead.
Another one bites the dust.
Target destroyed.
A couple of spec ops around there. They're only ASPs, they're only wing gammas, but like might be.
Flight assist on.
With one.
Under attack.
Copy that. Guns on the offense.
Flight assist on.
Get better weapons.
Target eliminated.
Get wrecked.
Flight assist off.
It's
Another
interesting.
one bites
Flying
the
it,
dust.
the Corsair feels like a more nimble ship. But every time I come back to the
Scanning.
Python, I
Spec
get
Ops Wing
shot
Legion.
less.
Elite.
You know, I
Lawless.
take a lot
Fast
less damage,
Explorer.
so I
Repeater
think that
wing.
probably speaks enough,
Bounty
you know.
is 0 credits.
Kind of weird.
Target shields offline. Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Target destroyed.
Flight assist on. Target
Great shooting, Commander.
flight assist off.
Good shooting, Commander.
Just use a ram maneuver.
Dude, ramming is very strategically useful in this game.
It is,
Like,
especially you're flying like a big bitch like I do.
yeah. Well, dude, that's actually one of the Python Mark II's, like, party pieces. Because of its shape, it's got a really high alpha. So, like, if you hit something with it, like, I could ram fucking Condas, and it generally does more damage to the Conda than it does to me. It's kind of crazy.
Flight assist on.
Nice shooting.
The Mamba is
Target
apparently
destroyed.
very good for it as well.
They're retreating. Commander.
Damn.
Really made a difference.
Didn't take long.
Reputation significant decrease.
Yeah, with cannon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, we're both quite highly fucking... We've got quite high rep with them because we were building the fucking stations for them for a while, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could get a bit closer so I could take his fucking engines out.
Warning. Temperature critical. Warning.
Oh, prick. Alright, well...
Flight assist.
I'm like on ammo. Yeah, I can probably do one more zone before I need to reload.
Yeah, you're fine.
Copy that. Multi-ring for party recovery.
Scanning for hostiles.
What's her status on the mission looking like?
I think we
we're-
just...
We're done actually
Finished.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me share another
Is
one.
ready. No hostiles sighted. This is a routine patrol on standby.
There you go.
There's nothing to worry
Shall
about.
we? I'll go turn this one in so it's...
On and take a ride at it, and all of a sudden
yeah.
their Stargoid's back. So of course they want to find it and like figure out how this.
Oh
fire
yeah, because you can't
weapon works.
fucking... you
Yeah,
can't
I mean, it does seem
accept that
kind of
share and
strange
content,
that
can you?
after most of these
Right,
facilities were abandoned, like no one decided just to stop
We're
in
aboard
and
the X-Wing.
maybe
Your
investigate.
Anaconda.
Yeah, and this is like the first we're finding
The
out.
maximum
they
jump
tested
range
on,
for
like,
this ship
living
is
Thargoid
34.19
specimens.
Right, yeah.
YTS.
And I mean, you know, I get
Don't
it.
forget
like,
to buy
it's-
some limpets while we are
some
here,
people are
Commander.
shouting out, you know, it's horrible to test on living specimens. And at the same time, a lot of people are going, well, we had to get rid of the
Yeah.
Thargoids. They were, you know, killing all of us. And it's definitely a tough line. And I think right now, I think people are more willing to jump on the how dare you test on living specimens, man, right?
Sea
But I'm
berry.
wondering
Okay, cool.
how well that viewpoint will hold up.
Oh god,
as
this
we get more and
Jesus
more
fucking Christ.
Thargoids coming from
Right.
the
Because what I'm thinking is, of course,
not enabled
Thargoids
super
are
resist.
here, most definitely. We know that for a
Number
fact
one.
now. But we're also kind of missing that context from when the INRA bases were up and running. We were actually in a full-on war with the Thargoids at that time, so we were probably, I don't know, but we were probably pretty desperate at that point to try and just win, because looking at the Thargoids now, I wouldn't be surprised if we were just completely outclassed.
I mean, yeah, we get our ship shut down. I mean, thankfully we've been able to take some steps to prevent that from happening again.
Have you,
But
I don't
it's
suppose
like,
you've tried
you know,
fucking flight assist
right
off
now,
landing yet
all
out of
we're
your
finding is
station?
little tiny skirmishes. Like, it's not like
Like full manual. Have you tried a full manual landing at a station with flight assist off?
Yeah. Oh, with flight assist off.
Off, yeah.
there's Thargoids popping in.
Oh, all right,
and everybody
dude,
has
it
space.
is.
It's not sections of space.
It is
that
a
are closed
challenge to get through that
because
fucking mail slot
there's
without flight assist, I'll tell you now.
like that. And there's no,
I've not pulled a clean one off, but like every time I come in with the Python, because it hasn't got auto land, I sort of flick flight assist off and then try and like at least line the fucking mail slot up and get somewhere towards it,
During the height of the Thargoid, incursion back in the
It's getting a little
30s,
easier, but
it was a huge fear. Like, people were like, if they got interdicted at a hyper,
watching the way some people can fly in this game, man, just makes me feel like a big noob, even though we've been playing a long time,
let me just try to get out of here a little bit, and sometimes, even fight back now that we have weapons that can do so. I've heard some rumors actually that there's been Thargoids fighting other Thargoids.
Oh, really?
Give me
Well,
those
that
rarity
kinda
grade
makes
times.
us- well, at least in my opinion, it kind of proves that theory that we were talking about a couple of
Right,
weeks
that's
ago
turned in.
now, that
Share the next
Thargoids have,
one.
like, different groups or maybe clans or something.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they do. Apparently, there's been some rumors of, there's a theory going around anyway. We'll have to see how it develops before we give it some serious credence. But a theory going around right now that the Thargoids that we've been running into on the regular are running away from another group, and they're trying to basically just use us as a meat shield, essentially.
Oh.
Try to put us in between them and the other Thargoids in hopes that the other Thargoids will be distracted with us, or maybe they remember that bioorganic weapon that we had used against them before, and are hoping that we can.
No more good missions, So I will just come back to that fucking zone.
Again, it's just a theory. We don't really know what they're doing right now.
Are you coming back to resupply?
So that means, if that theory is true, of course, that while these Thargoids that we're encountering right now may not just be outright attacking us, they aren't really here to help us either. If they're trying to use us as, like you said, meat shields against other more aggressive Thargoids.
And it's not like they haven't, gone through and, shot at us anyway. And collected, escape pods and scanned people and shut their ships down and all sorts of stuff that doesn't really seem very helpful.
Yeah, and of course that whole thing with the attacks on the capital ships and like wiping out entire federal and imperial fleets.
I'm wondering if it's something related to the Guardian tech that we were, taking a look at previously. We haven't really touched too much upon that subject a lot recently. It's kind of faded. But I do know that some people tried to approach the Thargoids with the Guardian tech just to see how they reacted. A lot of brave commanders out there willing to do experiments and risk their lives and ships.
Wait, did you just go past the entrance gate? Or... Oh no, it's the other side. Okay, I'm facing the back of
they bring Guardian tech up to them in the Thargoids, which is freaking good. Like, they could not handle being near it, or they would actually steal it. They would also steal the
was fucking my stream again.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like
so
setting things
I
up for individual
was out the back end. I was like,
Yes,
okay
that's
then?
a good point. I mean, I'm not very well versed with the Guardians. I mean, do we know if the Guardians are still out there, or
honestly, I don't think we have any idea. I haven't seen any evidence that they're still out there. Just these ruins. And
You
who
do,
knows, they might even
you do
just
quite a bit of the
be
work on
one
your
of
car
these
yourself, don't you, mate?
Thargoid clans.
Oh yeah, that's a good
You
point.
know?
Yeah.
Or they
What?
could be something completely different.
You do quite a bit
So
of the
much- so
work
much
on your
out there,
car
like,
yourself, don't you?
It seems so weird that we've had these.
Well,
thousands
actually, right now my
of
car's
exploring.
I haven't
space
driven that
and
thing in like
discovering
6
all these
months.
Things, and it's like still there's so
After
much
the
to
deer
know,
incident.
out there.
Sorry?
Even now, like even
After the
even
deer
so
incident.
recent in our history as
Yeah.
of like 2
So
Yeah.
it's
years ago,
right now I've just
in-
been like
in
crank
war with these
the
Thargoids,
engine
and yet now they've come
now
back,
and again,
it's
but
like
we
we
had
don't know
like
again.
some cold days.
we don't know.
Lately,
Maybe
and
in
I
that
just killed the battery,
200
so
year
I need to
span,
like
maybe
get
even
a
before
charger
then.
to get the battery
Maybe
back
the
up and running.
Thargoids and the Guardians, whether they're the same thing or two different things completely,
So you can
maybe
do
they
brakes.
had their
Like
own
brake mode, can't you? Like distant
altercation
shit.
with each other, and
Yeah.
that's why they always
Yeah.
act
Yeah, I thought so.
so hostile.
So I had to go
whenever
and
we-
rescue my mate earlier. Like, he got like a random Facebook message that was basically just like, help. I was just fucking calling. It was like, what have you done? And he was like, oh, I'm working on the car. And like, he got the, the fucking, the caliper slider bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just couldn't. So I turned up with a blowtorch and fucking got them red hot and got them out.
Oh.
And then it got like, you might be like, you've got an Avensis, haven't you? Toyota. Or something similar.
It's a Avensis Universal 2.2.
Yeah, the 2.2 DTI, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think on the back calipers on that, they're the same. Do you have to wind the caliper in on that one?
Yeah.
You know, you put pressure on it and then wind it in. Yeah, so his were the same. And like, he hadn't figured out that you had to fucking put pressure on them and wind them in, because when I showed him how to do the fronts are just basically simple. You just sort of push them back out. You can almost do it by hand.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so he was just like screwing at that as well. And I was like, oh, mate, we actually need a tool here, but we don't have a tool and all the places have shut. It's like we had to get a fucking, you know,
That's
you know,
that's the best time to actually break down when you're on holidays or some fucking weekend or something where everything's all the shops are closed.
yeah, it was. And so I bodged together like a sort of fucking a tool out of a, you know, the unlock key style thing for a grinder, like an angle grinder. You know, it's like that fucking U-shaped thing on the front with two prongs. Use one of them and a fucking set of pliers against the back of it, pushing against the caliper to like put enough pressure on it and then wind it back in. But it was, yeah, it took like an hour to do both calipers because of the fucking. It just hadn't got the pissing tool, you know. It's like my kingdom for a £20 caliper rewind tool right now. I didn't know if it was thunder. I've been kind of expecting a storm after the way the weather's been today.
Give them Guardian Tech, or Guardian Tech is around.
I mean, it's very possible. I mean, we until recently, you know, they were always kind of like ghost stories, or we tease Honorous, like, you know, oh, worried about those Thargoids again. You know, it's kind of like a little boogeyman. maybe we were their boogeyman,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we did unleash a pretty. We got them to stop attacking us, and we were clearly outmatched, and yet we were able to unleash some sort of attack that got them to go away.
Right. Yeah.
Now, even though we have these, it's really cool just because.
How many did you have in the,
you know, we've got the
kill
Empire and the
cannon ship
Alliance
missions?
and the Federation.
I did. I shared one with you.
together
Oh, you did. Yeah.
to like they've.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'll reshare it.
It did. It did.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
I just didn't notice.
It's great. Thargoid
Yeah, that's
threat.
fine.
I mean,
Let's go.
and I
with that.
think
But
that the other kills that we did
what
after we
sucks is
finished
we're
that other
still
mission
not
already
completely
counted to it
really
as well.
immune
So
to conflict
what?
as a
Didn't?
whole, it's like
yeah, it's already got
where we
three
don't have to worry
kills on
about
it too.
this,
So
there's still conflict.
Yeah.
yeah, all of them didn't sadly,
Colombia,
but yeah.
where it's been
Let's
relatively
go do that
peaceful
because
recently.
I know that the
There's
kills
been
only
a
count
very sudden
per
little,
mission.
war
If you have
between
like
the
Yeah.
criminal
2-3
faction
missions
kind of trying to take
available,
over
it only
Colonia
counts
as
towards
their
one.
own, and the Colonial
Yeah.
Council trying to keep them down. It's like
I'm just
they
just
see
on my way back
themselves
over to the
having
zone. I'll let you know
opportunity
once
to
I've
kind of
landed
set
in,
up
so
their
you
own
can
area of space. I mean, if you
cruise
can
in easy.
control Colonia, then give it another, 10, 15 years, you could easily become a major power.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate because, well, first of all, it is so far away, and it's hard to send support and all that. But I mean, with it being so far away, it's kind of par for the course that someone's going to try and just completely dominate the resources out there for their own good without really heeding the, needs of other people and all that.
Well, as far as I know, I mean, interestingly enough, both factions have been receiving a lot of support. There seem to be some dedicated pirates and stuff out there who are totally down to just have another criminal power out there. As of the moment,
Yeah,
it
I'm
looks
at the
like
zone, mate,
Colonial
when you wanna
Council
drop over.
has kind of been able to keep them
dropping in.
down for right now. But I mean, that kind of conflict stirring, it's just not great.
No.
Looking for the future if it's already little wars going on in the tiniest little population.
Let's take some suckers
I
out. We
imagine
got
a
a
lot of
ASP, you'll do.
commanders are actually going to making their way back to the bubble, because
Some
while of
target.
course there's the danger of the Thargoids here, the with Aegis and stuff keeping the Federation and the Empire at bay, it looks like the Alliance is actually starting to make some headway, and they're creating their own fleet and actually having their own ships that are coming out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some people that are reporting that Lakon has finally teamed up with the Alliance so that they can...
I'm not.
Flight assist off.
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Target destroyed. Flight assist.
Nicely done, Commander.
Target destroyed.
Good shooting, Commander.
We
Ooh, there's a
an
comm
allied
there.
correspondent in the area.
Go after that sucker.
Keep them alive while they get the
Where
footage
is
they
it?
need.
I've got him locked.
Oh, you got a lock.
Yeah.
Flight assist off.
There it is.
Under attack.
Damn, this Python flies really well on 3 pips, man. I need to I need to get better at pit management, dude.
I want what's the button to like unlock from all targets?
Warning. Thermal attack.
I just point it out into space and press T.
Yeah, well, that's what I did all the time, but that's not a like sometimes I need to like sometimes I need to unlock when I'm like there's like friendlies around.
Oh yeah, for your laser targeting shit. Yeah.
They look for like chaffs and shit.
Target
And, like,
destroyed. Flight assist.
Yeah, it's the one thing I don't have to do too often because I'm
Flight assist.
manual aim weaponry for the most part.
Flight assist on.
Got one.
You'll cook me, you are, dude. Right,
Flight assist off. Target destroyed.
Another one down. Keep going, Commander.
dude, this fucking G5s fucking blast through shields like fucking butter.
Yeah, I bet those little
Two,
chips as well.
2 seconds,
Flight assist.
they're gone.
You would not like to be in a Cobra Mark III against that fucking thing of yours, man. That seems terrifying.
Flight assist on. Flight
That guy even got control of his ship anymore, or is he just floating out into space?
trajectory disruption.
Oh no, he's...
Flight assist off.
Yeah, he's dumped. On to the next.
Target destroyed. Flight assist off. Flight assist.
We've almost broken them.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Target
Nice.
destroyed.
Another one down. Keep going, Commander.
Flight assist on. Warning, temperature critical. Flight assist off.
I almost feel like this vulture I'm after right now has not got any engines. Yeah, he does not have engines.
There's
My guy is.
another con that showed up.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh,
We want to get some shots and get some money. They got prismatics. They got prismatics, of course.
Okay, I'm on the way.
Assist on.
Okay, no.
Well, they won't be alive much longer.
Temperature.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If not, man, it's all good. I actually can't get a fucking lock on him right now, I'll be honest with you. There we go, got a lock. There you go, that gave him a bit of a face full of fucking pacifiers there.
Assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist.
That's a pretty tough condo, man.
Yeah, this one's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Target destroyed.
Oh, wow, loads. I feel like loads more of them just spawned in there.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Flight
Let's
assist
go.
on. Flight assist off. Under attack. Target destroyed.
You're on a roll, Commander.
Nice.
They're retreating. Great work, Commander.
Yeah, very nice.
You really made a difference.
Warning. Temperature critical. Warning. Taking heat damage. Frameshift charge detected. Flight assist.
You ain't escaping us, buddy. I mean, you can try, but it's not happening.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Explode.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Right.
Flight assist.
Yeah, I probably need to go and resupply. Just jump back to bed quite
Let's
quickly.
resupply and get to a high fucking combat zone. Would you say?
Yeah, want to go for a high one, do you?
Oh, yeah, why not? We did fine last time.
Oh yeah, no. Dude, honestly, I don't not enjoy the high zones. It just takes a little bit longer to get the kills. So I've just been a bit like, min-maxing, I guess.
Yeah. Mr. Min-Maxer.
Frameshift drive charging.
Prized as Lakon.
Yeah.
To be honest, I always kind of thought of Lakon as the Alliance ships anyway, even though they're not.
Yeah. I mean, core dynamics for the Federation and Gudamaya for the Imperials. I mean, I guess they could have had Zorgon Peterson, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you've got, and it's funny because I mean, on both of those, I mean, you've got core dynamics still makes the Eagle, which is not technically a Federation ship.
that's
And
right.
Gudamaya still works with them on the Imperial Eagle, which even though it has Imperial in the name, you don't have to be in the Imperial Navy to own one.
Right.
And it's just the same thing, but you still look at them and you're like, yeah, that's a Federation
Yeah.
ship. Or, that's an Imperial ship. But it's the same thing with Lakon, and you just look at them and go, yeah, these are the Alliance ships.
They're kind of the outsider ships, They all have that kind of squarish body with the open canopy, which is nice. But I mean, I don't know. Personally, I hope they just, if they are going to actually go through with this deal, hopefully the ships that they dream up will be a little bit better looking.
Oh, there's already some preliminary designs out, which, in my opinion, look pretty great.
Oh, okay.
And they're bringing back a classic. They're bringing back the crate.
Wow.
Which is pretty exciting. That's going to be awesome.
I haven't heard that name for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to see some really cool stuff coming out of the Alliance and out of Lakon sector, in the future. It's going to be really cool. So.
Yeah, that'll be good then.
And I want to take a moment to just step away from all this conflict, because a lot of us are losing friends and family members to this conflict, and it's tough for everybody. I don't know if you were aware, but the labor union of Koruk actually did a Remembrance Week to try to just give everyone some
Fuck is
time
landing
to
pad 41?
get past some of these losses and work through them together. And resounding support, which is really cool to see that even though we have all this stuff going on in the galaxy, we can still come together to just kind of support each other. Because everyone knows loss. I mean, whether they want to or not, everyone kind of understands that.
I really feel like after all the years we've been playing this game, I should know where the London ports are and starports now.
With so much
But
adversity,
I still get lost.
we can still
not
come together and actually
I'm sure there's a pattern to it, but I never seem to be able to recognize it.
Well, at this point, humanity. But even in just previous conflicts between the Federation and the Empire, or even just maybe small independent groups. It's good to hear.
What shields are you running, by the way, on that?
Some people are actually willing to take some time out of whatever they're doing and respect those people. Well, I do think it's about time that we take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, Commander.
I just wonder what engineering you were running.
This is P-Head. I always serve my guests Indy Bourbon when entertaining. It's smooth and sophisticated. A bit like me. I wouldn't serve my guests anything else. If you want to impress at your next soiree, then Indy Bourbon is your best choice. This rare, delicious drink also has restorative effects, but it's not just for entertaining. I drink it morning, noon and night. Get your Indy Bourbon from Mansfield Orbital at Epsilon Indy and tell them P-Head sent you. Bottoms up.
I am a pilot, a lone wolf in this galaxy. No system to call my own. I survived a railgun shot to the chest when I was 10 years old. I interdict without warning to claim you. When I emerge from the darkness, I am the light, and my fragrance is solar flare. Bang, and the lady is yours.
Hello, Commander, and welcome back to the Radio Sidewinder Talk Show. Hope you enjoyed those quick messages from our sponsors.
So, guess what?
What's that?
It's Halloween. Well, it's almost. Halloween.
Almost, yeah.
At least when we're doing this, it's almost Halloween.
Yeah. We'll see when this goes up.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, way back, a long time ago, there was this thing called Halloween on Earth, before we were even, a space-faring civilization. And it was pretty cool. We got to dress up like monsters, or Thargoids, I guess, and walk around and try to steal people's food. It was pretty cool. At least I think that's how it went.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, apparently in LHS 2094, they're going to throw a big Halloween party.
Oh, that's cool.
Going to be really cool. Yeah, they're going to have, apple bobbing, and I some trick or treating and just a big party. And if you want to help out with that, they're looking for people to bring them materials for the party, which I'm assuming is going to be a lot of liquor,
Probably,
a lot of beer,
yeah.
a lot of wine. Pretty much whenever someone's asking you to help liberate their community, the same materials, you can just take them to LHS 2094 and get some money for it, which is nice. And it'll be really cool. We can have a big Halloween party. I'm going to be there, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fly out there. That'll be fun.
I'm going to have to dress up. What are you going to dress up as?
I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Maybe we can pick up... Maybe I'll see if I can find one of those like anarchy systems that'll have that the pirate like ship fittings for my ship.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Come in and pretend to be a pirate.
Yeah. Oh,
and
you know what
watch
I
out.
should do? I got it. I'll well, as you know, I have a federal Corvette, which means
Oh yeah, you never fail to tell me about it.
well, you know what that means, so that means I had to do some work for the Federation in order to get it.
Did you now?
So, what I'm thinking is, even though I usually roll around in a very brightly colored Corvette, I think I'm going to strip it back, remove the paint job, and just go back to the base colors, and then get an official-looking ship tag, and get my old Federation uniform out, and then I can impersonate the Federation.
Yeah, impersonating an officer, that's the greatest way. I mean, a lot of people do that on Halloween.
I mean, well, I guess it's not even impersonating because I am a Rear Admiral, so
that's true. But here, let me help you out though. Like even better, could just get my ship, and I'll just take my guns, and I'll just split a big hole right down the middle of your ship, and then you can pretend you're a Farragut.
Yeah, that might work. I don't know. It might be kind of small, but
like a little Farragut.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
You know, you're pretending to be a Farragut.
Right.
You're not actually a Farragut. You like to think you are, but no. No, I think I'll get I'll get some of the paint for the like the squadron paint that the station security uses, and I'll just fly around and scan people as they come in.
Oh yeah.
That'll be fun. I'm sure they'll be happy about that.
Oh yeah. Everyone loves a good scanning.
If you guys ever run out into Felix in the middle of space, be sure to ask him about the time he was just randomly scanned some person trying to carry passengers everywhere.
Oh man, I felt so bad for that.
His livelihood was just ruined in that moment.
Oh man,
it'll be pretty exciting for Halloween though.
Yeah. I mean, I think it will be a lot of fun.
Definitely a good thing to do. With all this Thargoid stuff going on, it's nice to have something to distract from.
Yeah.
Maybe you could come dressed as a Thargoid. We can get like a couple ships together. Let's get a bunch of Sidewinders together and point them like middle in.
Oh,
just kind of
right.
go to the ends, and they'd be an octagon.
Yeah.
And we'd have a Thargoid ship. We can just roll up as a Thargoid, paint them all green and gray.
And then just get those weapon color modifications, turn all of our weapons yellow and red, and then we can have that big yellow beam that they shoot, and also the little red multi-cannon like thing that they have.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Halloween though, since we're still talking about it, one other like tradition during Halloween was to take these gourds or pumpkins and carve faces into them, make them look scary. And interestingly enough, a new fungus was recently discovered, like an extraterrestrial fungus out in HIP 18077, and they look a lot like the pumpkins.
They really do.
Were used, and I mean they're bigger.
Yeah,
a lot bigger. But if anyone wants to get out some beam lasers and try to carve them into some faces, and go ahead and you can definitely post up some jack-o'-lantern faces in the Radio Sidewinder lounge. That would be really cool. You can see some of these.
Hello.
I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go carve a face into one of these things. You need something small with like one beam laser or a mining laser.
Oh yeah, there you go. Or, I mean, if you're going that far, you might as well get a mining lance from Val herself.
Let's go get a brew.
I want to dress like a crazy lady.
Hey, I mean, if you want to, by all means. No
You're the
one's
high zone,
forcing
yeah?
you, but
Well, it'll be really nice to
I'm on my way, yeah.
to have Halloween
Oh,
to
cool.
distract us from the Thargoid thing, but it's also really good that not just about Aegis, but like the major powers are really taking action to make sure that pilots around are safe. They've actually recently stated that they're going to make it so that
The high intensity one and that is the one that's next to Zelenko arm stockade, yeah?
Carrier ships, so they can have like several
Oh, I think there's only
ships
one.
with them to like
Yeah,
launch
it must be
these
that.
carrier ships.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
They're gonna release some like blueprints for them
Excuse me.
soon, because I'm sure there's a lot of regulation that has to go on with these. You can't just like give the public warships and capital ships and stuff. But we're assuming they're going to be.
I've not seen any turn up recently, but over the past few days, man, there's been a couple of Type 10s in those zones as well.
Wings, you know, so we can stay.
I just feel like they're so out of place.
And
Yeah, you don't see those
not
at
worry
all.
too much about being bombarded by Thargoids. We'll have a lot of firepower available to us. And I
mean, don't get me wrong, a Type 10 can pull tank to fuck.
we're definitely gonna have to get at
But,
least one, if not more.
Man, it is not a pleasant flying experience like in a combat zone.
Arbitration sell his gold Corvette for it.
Do you think that they would take that trade?
It's a gold Corvette.
I know, that's a lot of
Solid
gold. That's a lot of gold.
It's tons and tons of gold.
Yeah. If you already had issues jumping with a Federal Corvette, just try Arb's Corvette.
Next thing you need is a lead Corvette.
Yeah.
They make them in tungsten.
Yeah, but I think that would be really good because we already have, besides Radio Sidewinder, I mean, we already have many commander groups which are very organized without these ships, and just to think what they can do with full wings and fleets at their disposal will be very interesting. It will be, I think it will make things run a lot more smoothly
Dropping
for
in shortly.
the very big organizations like Dell's Armada or well, even us.
Reason behind what they're doing.
Yeah.
And 5, 4, 3,
3,
2, 1.
Elite really has mastered the Microsoft minutes, hasn't it?
No.
Like it's.
Alright, you can drop in now.
Yeah. It's weird, I've tried both of the scales as well, and neither of them seem to give you actually like an accurate representation of how long it's actually going to take you to get to the fucking point. Did you ever try that FOV increase for the in-ship view?
What? Say again?
Did you ever try the field of vision increase for the ship
No,
view?
I didn't. I have not. Just yet.
Yeah. That honestly made it feel like an almost totally completely different game to me, man. It was really nice being able to see that much around the ship, you know. You are taking chunks out of that chieftain. Challenger, sorry. Fucking look the same with bastard ship.
Yeah, buddy.
Under attack. Flight assist off.
I thought he was going to try and joust you then. I was like, that was an interesting choice against an anaconda in one of those. That feels like a bad decision. Oh, is he broke? I feel like he's broke, dude. Has he lost engines or something? Yeah, he's lost engines, right?
Probably has.
Drive gone. I've actually seen a lot more of that recently, and I feel like there might have been some sort of change, but I've not seen anything logged. But like, I've taken a lot more engines and drives out on ships recently, even when I've not been targeting them.
Focusing fire on our capital ship.
You have to know, thank God. Okay, we got another one. God damn that fucking mega ship, man. That battle cruiser is insane.
Target shields offline. Float assist on.
Is that just ours? Yeah.
Temperature critical.
Beg your pardon?
Is that just ours? 'Cause, yeah, it's just ours. Because there's
Yeah,
sometimes depending on the depending on the I think conflict level, there can be two cruisers fighting each other.
Yes. Yeah, I have seen that before, yeah.
Float assist on. Float assist off.
I reckon Cannon would be big enough to have their own fucking battle cruisers, man. So yeah, you. Oh, he's dead as well. He is dead in the water, bro. Look at him fucking rotating like a. Kaboom.
Yeah, my fucking fighter pilot just keeps complaining that I keep doing friendly fire on him.
Well, there's a couple of Spec Ops wing deltas around the fucking battle cruiser there.
They're on you, just mark him and we'll attack him.
Yeah, I've got him. I've got him targeted now. Looks like he is actually. I think they are trying to attack the fucking ship as well, man. Yeah.
That's actually.
Oh yeah, these guys are kind of easy targets, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we need
They just sat around the
need
ship.
to take him out. That's one of the objectives. Win the battle. So.
Yeah, so it is. Yeah, let's get them guns. Oh, this is a fucking tough vulture. What the shit? Like. Alright, shields are gone now. Let's see how long you last. Another vulture just crashed into me. Nice.
Whoa! Okay.
Okay, there's a Conda here as well, Spec Ops Alpha.
There's a Python here, Spec Ops Wing Alpha as well.
Yeah, okay. Oh no, sorry, this is a Python. My apologies, it's not a Conda.
I thought there was a Conda as well. So I was like, what the fuck?
Wow, this Python should not be easier to kill than one of those vultures, but it definitely is.
Cannot comply. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Oh, he's up.
Target destroyed.
Good shooting, Commander.
Assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Ooh, I got a fucking fighter here.
Do you want me to come pull him off you?
Okay. He was trying to fucking fight the cruiser. I pulled him off the cruiser. Now he's fucking angry.
You've seen these fucking AI behave like this when they're just hovering around the main ship. It's kind of weird.
Flight assist on.
Ah, this motherfucker.
Flight assist off.
Nice work, Commander. Keep it up.
Spec Ops it. We'll grab him.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Right, that should be the last Spec Ops we needed. Yep, I think it was.
Flight assist off.
Yep, 50,000 voucher for that. Let's go.
Roll, Commander.
Let's go take out some more of these motherfuckers.
Yep. There's a fucking python there. Like,
Mark him.
yeah, I'm on him. He ain't lasting much longer though, man. I took his shields out, and now that battle cruise is focused on him, it's not going well with that python.
Frameshift charge detected.
He did.
Target destroyed.
What else we got here?
Good shooting, Commander.
Vulture, I think.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Oop, that seemed like a bad idea. Alright, go for it, buddy.
Flight assist off.
Enemy dispatched. Acquiring new target.
Flight assist on.
We've almost broken them.
Flight assist off.
Oh, that's him broken. Next one.
Flight assist on. Warning. Temperature critical. Warning. Taking heat damage. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
I feel like we've broken this Challenger as well, dude. This Crusader, I think he's fucked. Man, I don't think he's got the engine power. Kaboom. You gone. Shooting me. Who the fuck do you think you are in your Anaconda?
Ooh, there's a Conda.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I got him locked on.
Flight assist
For some reason he's pissed at me. Oh, what happened? You cunt.
under attack.
Oh no, I've only got one pacifier with ammo left now.
We're almost done here anyway.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Enemy down.
Flight assist off. Warning.
Oh no! Ooh, sorry, dude. Trying to get out of the way, but I clipped you with a boost, my bad.
Flight assist on.
Don't worry, you got shield boosters for days.
Flight assist
Yeah, yeah.
Destroyed.
heat sink deployed. Frameshift charge detected.
Well, not today, man. Not today. Not
I'm
today.
gonna run that. Have some of this. Skadoosh! It's got 1 HP.
Target destroyed.
He was not getting away.
Well done, Commander.
Flight assist off. Heat sink
Right, yeah, Vulture over there is pretty weak. See if we can take him out.
Flight assist on. Heat sink deployed. Flight assist off.
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Under attack.
There we go, battle one. Fucking nice.
Commander, you really made a difference.
They got fucked up, man.
Frameshift charge detected.
Not today, asshole.
Flight assist on. Warning. Temperature critical. Flight assist off.
Alright, back to the big point.
Flight assist on.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they don't, but I mean, you know.
Hey, I mean, we've met Harry Potter. He was pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, would he have been as nice if we didn't have a talk show? I don't know, but...
Talk show helps.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So all we're saying is, if you need to escape SDC, just start up a talk show, and
it's got to be a good talk show. I mean, we have the best talk show.
Yeah,
So it's not like you can just be a talk show.
Right.
Expected that. Yeah.
You got to be good at your job, like us. I mean, we've been doing this for a little
Bites
over a
back,
year
by the
now,
way.
so you know.
Oh, did he respawn?
Yeah, we know what we're
Nice.
doing now. I'd
Yeah, I
say.
just grabbed some ammo and I'll fucking head
All
back
right,
out.
well, that's all the time we have this week, Commander. Be sure to check out the Pilot's Lounge and just converse with the other commanders. A lot of people who need help can get it in the Pilot's Lounge. There's a lot of experienced commanders in there, like Commander Jonas or Arbitration or Black Bart, even sometimes on the rare occasion.
I think we have an
I don't
enemy
know. I kind of
capital
doubt
ship
those
coming
claims,
in.
but
And sometimes.
Oh, really?
You know,
Oh.
it's not always going to be crowded. Sometimes Jonas is just off in Jonas land.
Man, I wonder how you fucking
that's true.
damage
Yeah.
those things. Like,
Usually there's somewhere there to help you out. And if you
missiles?
don't see
Is that the
anybody,
best
like,
there?
right
I
on
honestly
top,
don't know.
Type, you know, there's a text chat
Yeah.
with me as well. And
I've
of
never even
course,
tried
you
to
can
like
always just
run a
come
bombing
visit
run on
us
a fucking
personally at Taco,
battle cruiser like that before, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they're very good.
Tastiest tacos in the
Oh no,
galaxy.
disregard, disregard.
any out of the
No,
galaxy
the,
tacos.
the friendly one
Something
jumped
else.
out.
They're going to be better than the taco.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and
Sorry,
sign
go
off. So this is Steven Ashcroft signing off.
And I'm Commander Felix Jefferson, signing off. Fly safe, Commander.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
On the way back.
Hello, Commander, and welcome back to the Radio Sidewinder Talk Show. I'm Commander Felix Jefferson, and today I'm joined by...
I'm Commander Steven Ashcroft.
So, it's been a little while since we've been on air, but in that time that we were off air, we were pretty busy as a whole at Radio Sidewinder. So we had 2 very successful charity drives in the form of Elite Aid with some other commander groups, which it was very successful. We got a lot of credits raised for commanders in need, and if you want to get some more information on that and keep posted for new events, then be sure to check out our Galnet page.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Yeah, we even got to blow up one of his ships. Looked right next to the station.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to the second part of Radio Sidewinder's coverage of the East India Company's 3303 Summer Games. Commanders from all over the galaxy
Just go and boot them.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, did you jump back to be appointed, you?
I'm here. I just jumped in now.
Oh, okay, cool. Is that on our side? Oh yeah, okay. That's right. There's a federal court. That's a Corvette, that isn't it? Yeah, nice.
Say that again, please.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I was kind of mumbling to myself. There was a Corvette flying around, but it's on our side. So what's this here? I'll take that.
I'm heading back out to the high conflict zone.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Eliminate enemy captain. Bro, let's see if we can find him. I think I can see him on the fucking map here. Where's he gone? Bitch. Is it not him? Independent captain, can you see him? That fucking anaconda over there? Being hit by the battle cruiser. Take him out.
slimweed.
Isn't that a parasitic life form?
Yes, and I've lost 3 sizes in 2 weeks. I've tried fads, diets, and pills, but my weight has been up and down like a yo.
Fucking sorry. What? I just took a. I just took a piss.
No, that's alright, mate.
And
I
overshot my target.
Ah!
Not on my on the old water closet, but yeah, I'm almost there. You in? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh no! Don't you dare get away! You are not getting away, buddy. Sorry, there's an independent captain here that we got to kill for fucking part of the thing, and I'm just trying to. He's down to 6%. I just want to stop him from getting away before he fucking.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, I got him. He did it. Explode! Let's go.
God damn.
Right, what are we looking at here?
Our capital ship. That's nice.
Flight assist on.
Yeah, there's a couple of things bothering us. I think there's a python on it with prismatics actually. Well, apparently, oh, there you go. Go off,
Commander.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Frameshift charge detected.
Dead.
Flight assist.
The next one.
Flight assist off.
Nice work, Commander. Keep it up.
These little bitch trying to run away from you.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Fucking god damn.
Flight assist off.
Assholes, man.
It managed to also.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target shields offline. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Under attack.
Next.
Flight assist.
What are you wailing on there? Crusader.
This motherfucker.
Target shield.
Everything is wailing on that Crusader right now by the looks of it.
Yeah, but he's fucking being a real champ about it.
Yeah.
He's taking some damage, man.
Flight assist on.
That fucking carrier was wailing on it as well, man. Like, crazy. Oh, he's done now, then. Indeed.
Target destroyed.
Nicely done, Commander.
Flight assist on.
Ah.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Has he got engines left, or is he dead? Nah, engines are gone.
Flight assist on.
Oh, the engines are gone?
Yeah, he's just floating into space, mate. He is. Yeah, he's done.
Target destroyed. Flight assist off. Target shields offline. Under attack. Flight
No, he's done as well. Engines again.
We've almost broken them.
But we're cleaning them up, man.
Yeah, they are just getting deleted. Oh, random eagle behind you there.
Target destroyed.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Under attack. Warning, impulse attack. Trajectory disruption. Flight assist on.
It's done.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target destroyed.
Kill.
Done.
Why don't we get like mission fucking rewards, man?
Good question.
I don't know. We're making progress. That's fine.
Cannot comply.
Apparently.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Write them down. Right, who's next? There can't be many of these guys left, man. I think we've got like 1 or 2 kills, yeah. Oh, no, you don't. You surge detective bullshit. Oh, I missed him. I was trying to give him a boot. Nice, good job.
Another one down. Keep going, Commander.
Warning, thermal attack. Gaining heat.
They're falling back.
There we go.
Job, Commander.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. I got a moderate increase there.
Huh?
I got a moderate rep increase that time for winning that one, rather than just a low one.
I didn't notice mine.
Yeah. Yeah, right back to the point. I now have used all my arms.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Oh, there's missions coming along.
Flight assist on.
Oh, we're 44 out of 45 on that one for me, dude. That I shared with you, so we ain't far at all. One more kill.
Let's do one more of those.
Yeah, if I had enough ammo, I'd stick and kill one more of them, but I actually don't. I have no ammo.
Hello, Commanders. You're listening to Radio Sidewinder News. The top story this week is the report into the events of the East India Company's Trader-Mageddon weekend as part of the 3303 Summer Games. The Trader-Mageddon events hosted by our good friends at the East India Company are the result of the collaboration between Commander Killoian, the events manager, and Commander Prax Bloodwaters, who had worked unceasingly to bring the Trader-Mageddon events from concept to reality after a chance encounter last year involving questionable actions and a number of Type 7 transport ships. The events of the weekend were broken down over 2 days of action-packed fun and excitement. The first day of the event saw 19 commanders from across the galaxy join in to take part in canyon racing, protected the whole time by the security forces led by Sinbad's Horatius Alger. Racers were divided on their class of ship, and only the most unyielding and cumbersome ships were allowed to take part in the races, and no shields were used according to the rules, pushing pilots even further into displaying their skill and command at the helm. The first to taste victory on the first day of events was Commander Brain Wright, who took the Type 6 transport ship category by storm. The second category of ships to take the line that day were the Type 7s, an even bigger ship than the Type 6, and having the disadvantage of a below centerline cockpit meant that this race was marked with misjudged overtakes and hefty bills for damaged paintwork. Yet Commander Vanguard Mark I overcame such difficulties and worked to find victory. After a brief pause in the action to mostly clean the debris from the canyon and find lost engine coverings from the previous races, the Type 9s worked up to the line. The canyon itself could barely fit the number of ships at the start line. Yet with this being the last event of the day, the pilots knew they had nothing to lose but everything to gain. Through the broken shells of burnt-out hulls, pieces of canyon wall, and the unintentional dropped biowaste containers from some of the pilots, Commander Worldstar Money Laszlo took the grand prize and the prestige of winning in the biggest category of the day. With the races concluded and the champions of the canyon set in stone, thoughts turned to the second day of events. The second day brought about the Lake-on Demolition Derby, a no-shield, no-weapon, head-clashing death encounter within a crater, in which Radio Sidewinder fielded a participant in the form of Commander R. Sharp. The Derby itself saw 5 competitors compete, 4 of which fielded Type 9s, with Commander R. Sharp arriving due to degraded communications in a Type 6. Yet in what can only be described in the upset of the century, R. Sharp was able to defeat and hold his own in the nimble Type 6, the RSV Pelican, against the Type 9s, bringing victory to both himself and to the Radio Sidewinder crew. However, this was not the only event of the day, with further canyon racing taking place by popular demand to the East India Company, with Commander SGO Nutty securing victory in the second round of racing. In a later scheduled derby, and after a long, closely fought event, both Commander SGO Nutty and Commander Orion are credited with victory after both of their vessels exploded at the same time after a head-to-head joust. Both commanders are believed to have survived as 2 escape pods were picked up by security forces. With the conclusion of the first weekend of the games, Radio Sidewinder asked why the East India Company hosted such challenging yet exciting and rewarding events. In a statement, Yehenna Yarsavor, CEO of the East India Company, stated that, "We view these events not only as a way to keep the company's employees entertained during the downtime, but as a way of bringing the community together as a whole. It is our deepest desire to bring the various corporations out of the woodwork for greater interaction for all." This sentiment is shared at Radio Sidewinder, as indeed these events do work as a catalyst for greater interaction between different communities, and we look forward to the next set of events this coming weekend, where we hope to again field Radio Sidewinder representation. This Saturday, EIC will present the SRV Games. On August 12th, you can join them for SRV racing. You'll be racing the SRV between outposts, and the first to arrive alive is the winner. Turrets are encouraged. And on Sunday the 13th, come out for SRV cliff jumping. It's something of a mix between figure skating and cliff diving in an SRV, and an SRV hill climb challenge, located at Kilo's Cliffs. All events will start at 1900 hours Galactic Mean Time on their planned days. Additional time slots will be opened up based on need. By popular demand, they've opened up a second time slot for Federation players at 0400 Galactic Mean Time. I'd like to thank Commander R. Sharp for providing the write-up on last weekend's events. Thank you for listening, Commanders. We hope to see you at the EIC Summer Games this weekend. Fly smart and fly safe, Commander.
You're listening to Radio Sidewinder.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Radio Sidewinder News. The top story for this week is, of course, the new alien... Plasma interference there.
Didn't realise it was a fucking time already, man.
Say again?
I didn't realise it was fucking midnight already.
Oh shit.
Well, it's about 2 a.m. where you are.
Fuck.
Oh, well.
Let's do this last zone and then we'll head off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we can finish that one of yours tomorrow. How many of you need plenty on that anyway, yeah? Oh no, that's at 20 for your one.
Yeah.
All right. 30.
Felix Jefferson, and as usual, I am joined by...
I'm Commander Steven Atronach, and today we have a special guest with us.
Commander Arbitration.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, great to be here, guys.
So, you have been with Radio Sidewinder for a long time, like one of the earliest members.
That's the high intensity, yeah?
Tell us how you got involved with
Yeah,
Radio
yeah,
Sidewinder.
let's have some fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was back
And one other hand.
in January, February 301. I was a new commander in the galaxy, and I was just getting on my feet, getting out of my Sidewinder, and I saw an ad by one Mr. Blackpart, who's the CEO of the station, and he was looking for reporters. And he had just started up the station. It was him and Maris was doing the news for Gallant.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
People go to the streets, see what people were saying. And it really kind of intrigued me because it was a unique role. You know, because there's so many roles to play. You could be a miner, you could be an explorer, you could be a trader.
Nope, did you overshoot a bit there, babe?
Any combination of those things, pirate. And those roles
you
are
notice?
Kind of, very traditional and
Yeah, I did as well. I was like, oh, it's got a bit further than... Oh, crap. No, it's already boosted by.
And so it kind of appealed to me. And I answered his ad. My first report was the big Lu War, if you remember back in 3301.
Oh, wow.
And it was really exciting. You know, we got to get in the middle of these battle zones in my Sidewinder, unarmed, talking to people. Sometimes that didn't end so well for the Sidewinder.
That's what insurance is for.
Greetings,
yeah, exactly.
Commander
Fortunately,
Blackfire. How are
Sidewinder,
ya?
you know, our company cars are pretty cheap, so they're not
Yeah.
they're not too expensive. But the first reports were pretty bad. You know, we were still getting used to it, but you know, Cold Glider came along really soon after that and helped us clean up our audio act, and we've been going ever since.
So, what was the general situation as like other venues of entertainment then? Like, was Lave around? Was
Skarsgård?
I don't know. Scores? Yeah, all of those other ones, or was Radio Sidewinder kind of on their own back then?
No, I think radio.
You get the sons of bitches.
Matters in chat, how are you?
Target shields offline. Flight assist off.
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Flight assist off. Under attack. Target
That's our first mission done.
Flight assist off.
We're looking at now.
Some other asshole was attacking me just now.
Flight assist.
You got him, or do you need to get him off your ass?
Nah, we're good, we're good.
Target destroyed. Flight assist off. Warning. Captain class signature detected. Target shields offline. Flight assist on.
God damn, those vulture shields, man.
Impulse attack. Trajectory.
Yeah, they are just insanely strong, man. The vultures are kind of crazy.
They're targeting our capital ship.
Yeah, for what they are, dude. Like the amount of fucking like fire they can take is just wild. Like.
Warning. Thermal attack. Gaining heat.
We've got an enemy captain in the area. Take him down.
Flight assist on. Heat sink deployed. Target
Going down, boys. Well, we're not. That's not true. I don't know why I said that. that's our cruiser right there.
Enemy dispatched. Acquiring new target.
Fuck this condom.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Under attack.
Paper condoms, man.
Target destroyed. Flight assist.
Another one down. Keep going, Commander.
What's up, Blackfire?
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Another one?
Target destroyed. Flight assist off.
Ooh, shit. We got a bit close there.
Flight assist on. Target destroyed.
Ooh.
Well done, sir.
Nice work, Commander. Keep it up.
Of course, another vulture.
Flight assist off.
Yeah, we got one more left as well.
Them shields are no more, vulture.
Confirmed kill.
Flight assist on.
I think that was it. I think it was our last one.
But yeah.
Oh, it was. Nice. Oh, let's finish these motherfuckers off then.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist.
You done?
Good shooting, Commander.
Conjuring.
I think you just hit me. Oh no, you didn't.
No, I don't think it was me.
So, but it bumped into me. So.
Oh, this is the independent captain. We need to fucking. Oh, wait, what?
No!
He jumped out.
Fuck! How?
Mother flipper!
Flight assist off.
How did he get out of there then? Damn!
Man, we were fucking laying on him.
Dude, yeah, he was getting fucking nailed like.
Target destroyed. Flight assist on. Warning, temperature critical. Warning, taking heat damage. Flight assist on. on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target destroyed. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Frameshift charge detected.
Nah, not this time, asshole.
Target destroyed. Flight assist off.
Dude, there's still combat going on, man.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Victory is close, I can feel it. Keep up the pressure.
Under attack.
Who attacking me? Who attacking me is the capital ship, baby.
Wait, why is the capital ship attacking you?
I don't know, but I'm taking damage.
Wait, let me...
What the fuck?
Oh, dude, what did you do? Why is that capital ship laying into you?
I don't know. I'm gonna pop shield bank and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Might take that as a, yeah, time to leave.
Frameshift drive charging.
Popping out to the station.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and kill a last couple here, try and win this battle, maybe.
Signal. We started off actually Black Bart started off as a member of the Code, and Radio Sidewinder started as their pirate radio.
Oh.
Because Lave Radio had already been well established. They've been around for a long time. Well before Pilots Federation licenses were being generally
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Commanders. So they've been around for a long
Warning.
time.
Temperature
There weren't
critical.
so many other stations. Now there's a lot of different media outlets that are going on. But we've been around for a while now, and so we have a nice listener base.
It's pretty awesome. And then I think it's important, to have many different forms of entertainment out there, because it's hard to just choose one. I mean, I've listened to Radio Lave before, and while I appreciate the work they do, it's not quite, what I'm always down to listen to, but I usually find what I'm looking for in Radio Sidewinder. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but, I do enjoy our programming. So, aside from your role as a roving reporter, I mean, your role has expanded considerably within the organization since you started. How much more do you take care of on a day-to-day basis?
Well, yeah, my role has kind of expanded as I've been here longer. Right now, I guess my official title is News Desk Lead. I'm in charge of original reports, going out and talking to people. There's a couple other people that also do reports from time to time. Right now we've got Commander Rysick, Commander Marius that are doing reports, and so they'll send the reports into me, and then I'll produce them. I also kind of manage the Galnet desk, and we've got several of our staff that work the Galnet desk. We've got Bawario, Elmseeker, Loggy Boy, Mekajin, who also makes some songs, Merc, who also makes some songs for the station, Milriad, Serfia, and Yojimbo-san. They're all kind of take turns doing the bot wrangling. Our bots, Computer Pete, Robot Rachel, and our new one, Android Alex, out in Colonia. They do great work, but they kind of need someone to keep them in line. So those guys kind of take.
AI is not, super fleshed out yet, is it?
Yeah. They kind of have a mind of their own still. So we need somebody to keep them in line. So those guys do a great job of running through the bots and put them up on the air. In addition to the radio station, I'm also one of the secretaries of systems in the
Flight assist
crew,
off.
minor faction.
Flight assist
Black Bart,
on.
of course, the head of state, and myself and Cold Lighter are the secretaries of system, and we help manage the minor faction and our standing in the galaxy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now, what drove you guys to choose
Wait,
taco
Battle One.
as a starting system?
Sweet.
I mean, besides the fact that it sounds like one of my favorite foods.
Say it again?
Battle One. We fucking had them again.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah.
I flew out there just recently, but
I understand the chance. Right, I'm gonna come turn that mission in. And rewards.
Landing gear deployed.
Kind of right in between the Alliance, the Federation, and the Empire. It's within striking distance of all of those different powers, but it's not really in any of those powers.
Excuse me.
But we felt it was just kind of a good middle point to operate from.
As far as major powers go, do you have a preference, and does that affect how you do your job?
Well, as most people might know, I am a loyal Federation pilot. However, Radio Sidewinder. Although Radio Sidewinder.
Yeah, I've got another couple of grade 5 mat reward missions, but they're for kill pirates for this system, and they got 6 days on them, man. So we can crack on with them tomorrow.
From all parts of the galaxy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They all go out and wear different hats, but they all come back to Tago and put their Radio Sidewinder hat on.
Just leave your work at work.
Right.
Ask him maybe more about his involvement in the recent Salome event.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
You were out there with him, right, Felix?
Yeah, I was out there recently for the Salome event, just trying to get some press for it, but it didn't really end up going too well for me. But how did it go for you, Arv?
Well, when we received word that Salome was making her way back into the bubble, it kind of sent everybody into a scramble, one side or another. There were people that went out there to try and protect her.
Mm-hmm.
There were people that went out there to try and kill her. It was a really big mess, to be honest. There were some groups that were very well organized. There were some groups that were just pulling anybody over that wasn't them and killing them. It was, if you look at the galaxy map and you look at, all the transponders out there, there's this big angry green blob following Salome through space. So, I tried to do my best to get out there, but it was so chaotic. I never saw her in local space. I was kind of seeing one wing of commanders on this side and then another wing of commanders on this side, but never really seeing them meet each other. So, I was just out there in my reporting Sidewinder, the RSV Cronkite. It's unarmed, so that people know that I'm just there to report. And I got some interesting perspectives, but unfortunately, I was not able to see any of the action, at least firsthand. Of course, we all saw the videos go out on the Galnets, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to see anything.
Yeah, it was quite a mess.
Well, we will be right back, Commander. We have to take a quick break for some commercials, but after that, we will continue the show.
La viande brandie, Jesus Italian, Iranian pearl whiskey, names that bear evocation of
Ooh, EDF have jumped up to 23 imps, man.
True prestige can only be found.
How did that happen?
I know it was at 19 before that last bit. Came and turned that last lot, and it's at 23 now.
Really? Maybe this, maybe the fighting those fucking high missions,
maybe it just gets us more fucking imps for them.
Probably a lot more.
This hour of Radio Sidewinder is sponsored by Void Extract Coffee. We harness the power of
that's turned in, mate. So you should be able to turn that one in.
Yeah, I turned yours in, or mine in too, so you should be able to turn that one in as well.
Yeah, nice one, thank you, dude. Sweet. All right, mate. Well, I'll catch you tomorrow then, dude. Yeah. I'll pop through.
For sure, yeah.
All right, take care, babe.
See ya, man.
Have a good day.
Welcome back to the Radio Sidewinder Talk Show.
All right, so recently there's been a bit of federal and imperial conflict out in the Maya system. It seems like the Maya system, just every time it seems to finally fall out of the news, it feels like it has to get its way back in somehow. They're just mainly they're building extra stations out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it's part of this whole war that's been going on for a couple, I don't know, months right now.
It's been a little bit.
Seems like it's been going on forever now, but I mean, Yeah, the Federation's trying to cover up all the barnacles and have greater influence.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Pleiades
Fucking.
and make
Yeah,
sure
of
that
course,
they hide
it's
it.
Federation.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Not buying it.
I don't want to offend our other host here.
I don't think that's necessarily right, but you know, I will say that in this particular case, I think the Federation went about it a better way. You know, they needed supplies delivered, the Empire needed supplies delivered. The Federation had a nice sized station, a few systems closer than Maya to bring all their points to, and the Empire's like, we're just gonna have an outpost somewhere way out in the middle of nowhere in Maya, and even if you bring us several hundred tons, we're just not gonna have room for it. So just make sure that you bring a small ship and get way out there. It just made it so much harder, you know, I think, to do. I think they could have been a bit more efficient with their placement.
Yeah, I mean, but that also could be just due to the fact of the
Oh my
distance
god,
between
dude, the
Federation space and
distance!
the Imperial space.
How?
I mean, and the Federation already has such a strong foothold there, so I guess I could see why it would be harder for, you know, the Empire to actually set up a base that's equal to the Federation's, you know, presence.
Yeah, last time I went to Maya was with you, and SDC was out there in force, and we were kind of
Yeah,
like,
you
is it
fucking
really
kidding
worth
me.
it right now to go all the way out there
Lei
and
Chan.
do something we don't really want to do and then get shot
I
at
should have
by
him at level 5.
members? It's like, nah.
That was no random dog crew members. That was Commander Rinsler we flew into. I'll remind you.
07.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were trying to interdict them. Or you
Well,
were,
I was only trying.
Let's go get him.
trying to interdict random traders. You were gonna pull them out of Super Cruise just to tell them about how awesome Radio Sidewinder is, and then lo and behold, SDC starts interdicting you. And you just
Actually, they didn't even start interdicting me. They just got me over comms, and they started saying increasingly worrying things that made me jump out of the system. So, I mean, I was just going to tell them how great Radio Sidewinder is, which, I mean, they obviously already know if they're aware of, you know, the best radio station, but
Radio Sidewinder is pretty fantastic.
I think they are. I do know that they are fans of the station. However,
oh yeah,
if you're flying around, that doesn't mean anything. So
yeah, this is Smiling Dog Crew we're talking about, not just run-of-the-mill pirates.
They definitely like testing people's ejection pods. So
yeah,
you know, they'll just do it for fun. So you know, it's no big deal to them. It is they know, oh, you've got an ejection pod, okay.
I have a theory they're actually on some back channels employed by the Pilots Federation insurance companies. You know, because they need to get some money back from all that money.
Tinfoil hat theory.
I mean, for every Corvette that goes down, they just pull another one out. What is your insurance payment, if you don't mind, Felix?
Mine right now, I think, is 14 million credits ish.
So I mean, if I were to say hire some people to kill Felix over and over again, and I got 14 million credits every time, I think that would be worth it. You know, just give them half. Go from
right.
there.
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing we can prove, unfortunately, and until then we can still hold them off. But I believe you actually had one of our friends who just got out of Pilots Federation Elmer with you on your ship, right?
Oh yeah. He recently just graduated. He's still in the Sidewinder, right?
He is, but he is considerably richer thanks to
yeah.
our efforts.
4, 3,
you know, I think it's good.
Engage.
This new Hollow Me technology that's been implemented makes it a lot easier. He doesn't have to risk his ship, but at the same time, you know, I don't know if he'll find it as rewarding when he gets into his Viper or his Python eventually. I mean, I don't know. He's just busy smashing my fighters into asteroids until then.
Well, they're pretty cheap, right? I mean,
they are pretty cheap, but I mean, you get you're in someone else's big ship. You have fun with their fighters, and then you get millions of credits over time. I mean, he does get a considerable amount less. You know, it's not like I'm paying him the same amount that I'm paying out to myself. But you know, at the same time, I mean, when I first got out of Pilots Federation, I had to work for my
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, temperature critical. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Well, I don't really think that, but you know, I do remember the journey getting to where I am today.
Yeah,
I
it
wonder-
makes me sound very old, but yeah, I remember the grind from Sidewinder to Cobra. I mean, that was a lot of illegal palladium that was being run through. So,
For me,
yeah,
I
it's a
used
little
to-
easier these days. I mean, it makes me sound like I'm 150. It's definitely a little easier for people to get a foothold in the galaxy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, what I'm wondering, though, is do you think that even though, yes, they can be piloting fighters, just because they have the money to buy the ships, do you think they're going to be able to actually fly them and maintain them and, like, actually own a big ship? Because if they're only used to flying fighters and maybe their Sidewinder, and then they hop into, like, an Anaconda, those are, like, two completely different ships, so...
Oh yeah, I remember first time I got into an Anaconda. It wasn't even
Frameshift
my Anaconda.
drive
I was
charging.
visiting one of my friends at his port, and he said, "Go ahead, take it out for a spin. There's a res site right over there. You know, fire some shots off." I brought that thing back into the station with like 30% haul, and he's like, "What happened? I've never flown anything this big before."
4,
Now, you know, I
3,
can whip them in and out of asteroids, do
1,
some pretty fast maneuvers. I mean, especially for Anaconda, we all know those aren't fast or quick, but you know, I've got my handle on it. But it, you know, it does take some practice. I wonder how it's going to affect pilots going straight from a Sidewinder into like a bigger ship, rather than a medium-sized ship. But
Or really, you know, the factor of you've been a hologram so long that you don't care about whether or not the ship you're on dies. I mean, there's a lot of people that forget that they're really there, I think, and then end up actually losing their ship and possibly, you know, hurting or killing themselves.
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one thing to be in a ship and run it into an asteroid and have it explode and go ha ha ha, and then wait for another fighter to be put into the fighter bay. But I don't think
It's a
they're going to be
long,
so
cold
careless.
ride home.
Warning,
Yeah.
frameshift drive
They're
operating
so careless
beyond
once they
safety
start paying out
limits.
those
Fuel scoop
insurance
disengaged.
premiums. Again, it ties around. I'm telling you, SDC is going to have a field day with these newer pilots.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've heard it recently. There was, I don't think it was SDC, but there were some people that were, some pirates that were just hanging around Acellus Primus and just killing people in Sidewinders.
Actually, there's been quite a lot of people around Acellus Primus, which we all know the Pilots Federation ground trainees come out of. You know, they that's where they give them their SRVs and stuff like that. And some people choose not to go that route. They want to stick mostly to space travel, and then, you know, the Pilots Federation will set them up in LHS 3447. But we got a lot of pirates hanging around those areas recently, just trying to freak out Sidewinders and these new pilots. So maybe in a way, this is also a good way for them to kind of escape that initial terror of just being worried about, like, oh, you're just trying to get started, being destroyed. You know, this way they have a way to build up some, and they can go and grab that bigger ship, maybe protect themselves a bit better, get some combat experience while they're at it.
You know, I remember I lost several Sidewinders in the beginning in Aerovate and LHS because there's just murder hobos hanging out in Vipers waiting for you to bring your little Sidewinder through. So yeah, it is very scary being a new commander. You're thrown out there with
Frameshift
everything.
drive charging.
You know, in a way, it may be a little bit more protective, but there's definitely a lot of experience that you miss out on, and it makes you a better pilot going through it.
I will say, it definitely makes me feel good though, showing off a bit. You know,
4,
Homer got into the game,
3, 2,
he was like, he
1,
was in his
engage.
Sidewinder, he parked on the surface of Acellus, and I'm like, hey, you know, we'll meet up, and then maybe you can get in my ship, we'll go fly around, get you some money, or get you something to get started. And I just positioned myself, so he was sitting there in his Sidewinder waiting for me. I positioned myself so that as I went over him, just this massive shadow just went over his ship, and it's a fun moment to see
System
how some of
scan
these
complete.
young or new pilots, you know, they look at it and they realize I can be in that one day, and that, you know, that makes them really get more invested, I think.
Yeah. Well, and also it's, of course, the benefit to us is we get more eyes on our ships, more hands on our ships, you know, manage our systems, defend us.
Oh yeah, he knew all that. He knew how to make my distributor far more efficient than it was before. He was helping manage that power level, and I don't know. I don't think I've seen my shields hold up quite as long while firing as many weapons before. This seems to be pretty helpful in the long run for us, as well as he said he'd cover part of the insurance payment if I went down. Now he didn't have to,
Yeah,
it's nice to know.
but still, it's nice. Yeah.
Right.
Especially when you're fronting a 14 or upwards of like 20 million insurance claim costs. So,
Well, I think that is about all the time we have today for Radio Sidewinder.
yeah. But be sure to check out our crew, which is based in Otago, and spread, I believe, to many systems. Like, what was that newest one that we just got?
Our newest one is HR 5706. So.
Wow. Yeah, and so I mean, we seem to be growing pretty rapidly, but still, more commanders would be better. But like Commander Stevens said, that's all we have time for. Thank you, Commander Arbitration, for joining us this week.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.
Be sure to listen to the next week's episode of the Radio Sidewinder Talk Show.
All right, this is Commander Steven Atronach signing off.
Signing off.
And I'm Commander Felix Jefferson signing off. Fly safe, Commander.
Engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Hello, Commander, and welcome back to the Radio Sidewinder Talk Show. I'm Commander Felix Jefferson, and as usual, I'm joined by...
I'm Commander Steven Atronach, and we have a guest today.
I'm Commander Arbitration.
And just so you know, this is not a full episode of the talk show. This is actually going to be an out-of-universe episode where we're going to talk about the recent developments with Children of Raxla and the members of their group who have been using, I guess, a database to log players' IP addresses and tie them to different accounts.
Yeah, and this is important that we can talk about this out of universe, because this isn't just something that affects the in-universe. This is something that affects the game overall and the people playing the game, not just, just inside. So, Commander Arbitration, you actually started this post up on Reddit, correct?
Yeah, we put this post together just because we felt it was important for the community at large to be aware that this is a possibility, and if this group has thought of it, they're not the only group that's thought of it, and probably is not the only group implementing it. So it's just something you need to be aware of when you're playing a game like this that's an MMO, that's peer-to-peer, that your IP address does directly connect to the other party, and if you're concerned about that, you need to take steps to hide that IP address. Now, the thing is, unfortunately, the game's design enables this to a degree, because normally, even if it was a peer-to-peer game, and you can open your IP log and see all the IPs that are connected to you, but if you're connected to 20 or 30 different IPs, it's going to be a little difficult to narrow down whose IP is whose. The game's new journal logs just package it and gift wrap it for you. It gives you the IP address and the unique commander identifier that it belongs to. So, we felt that this was an important enough kind of, I wouldn't say vulnerability, but design flaw that we needed to, bring it to everybody's attention, and that there are people using it, for kind of shady purposes, but it could be used for pretty nefarious purposes in the wrong hands.
Right, yeah.
Now, I assume that, this is mainly an issue for people with multiple accounts, but at the same time, is this something that could be dealt with by using something like a VPN? Like on your end until it gets fixed. Obviously
you could use a VPN. That the only thing with VPNs is that it's going to affect your connectivity pretty badly.
Mm-hmm.
However, it affects commanders
Orbital
with
flight
multiple
engaged.
accounts, because basically what the Children of Raxxla did was they were using this ability to kind of root out spies in their midst and see which commanders were using multiple accounts by correlating the IP addresses that were being used. And if there's the same IP address being used on different accounts, then it's the same person. So the thing is, the game's journal logs are doing this. An IP address by itself usually won't lead to a complete breach of your personal security. I mean, it's one piece of a larger puzzle. If you wanted to find out who someone was, say if you wanted to do use this for a really nefarious purpose, it's pretty difficult to find someone's exact identity from just an IP address. I mean, it's one part. It will help you localize that person on the globe, or maybe tie that IP address to different games using different, or that same username to different games, and you could. But it enables the building of a profile.
Some might say that using multiple accounts in order to, say, spy on a group would be an exploit as well. I mean, of course, the Painful's account. And I'm not saying that this is a good way to go about it, but is there a way to try to find out if there's a spy like that in your midst without using IP addresses that you can harvest and things?
Good counterintelligence?
I'm just asking. I'm just trying to think of.
I mean, there's really, if you have somebody who's pretending to be somebody else using another account, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to narrow it down. But if you make sure you trust the right people, that wouldn't happen, I suppose. But that's just a risk. I mean, that's what real governments deal with all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the in-game thing. I'm just curious.
Now, I understand that the desire to have that security. We, even as a minor faction, we're not as into some deep stuff as maybe Children of Raxxla is, but we have a need for some, a certain level of security, and we just make sure that the gatekeepers are trusted people. The whole reason this whole situation blew up was because some people that are part of our group, they, during the Salome event and before that, decided on their own time that they wanted to play the part of spy, be the bad guy, and unravel the plans that the Children of Raxxla had for the Salome event. Truegar himself asked other factions to oppose him without contacting the people that are trying to support him, because he wanted it to be a fun event with intrigue and a good opposition. And so our guys decided to play that part, but they decided to play that part. It wasn't like us asking them to do that. We weren't involved. It's just their gameplay on the side. But they are involved with us as well, but it wasn't our action. Anyway. So it all started it was all in game though, it was all in game. Everything, the intrigue, the spying, all that stuff was in game or in Discord. It led to Salome, unfortunately, meeting her end, although the other 3 VIPs made it, so the whole thing was still a success. Regardless, we ended up receiving some heat on our BGS. We didn't really know who it was. We kind of suspected it might be them in retaliation against our commanders that were part of our group, that were acting against them during that event. That was confirmed when 3 Children of Raxxla high-ranking intelligence members popped up in open play, killed our guy, and then they got chased out. And then it escalated. They called their allies, we called our allies. The code blockaded their system. Even some guys from SDC came in and wanted to get another round at core. And so we had some support. They had some support. There was some PvP that went on. It was pretty great. First round, SDC killed 21 commanders versus 3 deaths. Radio Sidewinder Wing had a good round. It was like 15-1 for us. I mean, it was, and we had been, ramping up for this war. There had been some back and forth with them, and you know, it was turning out to be, you know, kind of a fun thing that we were going to do. Like, we were going to go to war. It was going to be fun. We're going to, you know, fight them, and they're going to fight us, and we're going to, you know, mess with their BGS, and they're going to mess with ours, and it was going to be a lot of fun.
Because it was still all in game at this point.
Yeah, it was all in game.
At least to our knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, we're not mad about them attacking us and, you know, getting into PvP and blockades and all that shit. Like, that's great. That's what we want to play the game for. We want to test our space lasers against someone else's space lasers. So that's the whole point. You know, it was going to be a lot of fun. You know, everyone was getting pumped up. You know, the whole crew was like kind of energized. Like, oh yeah, we're going to do this.
Yeah, because I mean, I may be wrong, but I don't think we've really had any sort of actual player versus player war, right?
No, this is the first time, and you know, it was kind of like a World War I Archduke Ferdinand kind of thing. Like, one guy did some shit, and then, you know, that leads to this and that and this and that, and then ended up this big escalation with like everybody's getting on a side, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the first time that we've ever had that in, you know, the 2.5 years of the station's existence. Anyway, you know, it was turning out to be a pretty fun war. People were mining salt on both sides, and, you know, whatever. It was great. But then one of our commanders got that message in open, and saying that we have your IP addresses, we know your Inara accounts, and we're going to share them with your allies. I mean, that was kind of where everybody took a big step back, because, you know, doing espionage on Inara, I mean, Inara helps you. It helps you. Inara helps locate, you know, duplicate accounts, you know, or Discord or whatever, you know. That's still kind of in game, but then when you start talking about IP addresses and sharing them with other people, that's where a line gets crossed, I think.
I mean, this is something like, I mean, like you said, Inara and Discord, we all use these to help enhance our in-game gameplay. I mean, these aren't things that, you know, when we're talking about it on the radio show, we always say like Gallant things or something like that. These are things that can easily exist in universe that we use while we're playing, just to keep up profiles and things like that. But I mean, the IP address is directly tied to your real life situation, and despite the fact that maybe they can't do anything super dangerous with your personal life with your IP address, it does take away any real subtlety you can have with having multiple accounts or spying on people.
Right. It's a way that you can get around that problem of having to actually run counterintelligence and trust people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like being a psychic or something, you know.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's just a way to deal with that problem, but not in an in-universe way, and not in a way that's fair to people who are just playing the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a breach of, well, I mean, it's, and at least in my opinion, it's kind of like infringing on privacy. I mean, yeah, you can't really do too much with an IP address.
And those IP addresses are public.
Yeah. I mean, you can't
they're usually dynamically assigned. I mean, usually your IP address is going to change from time to time as it's renewed and, you know, release, renew, and, you know, it's not going to be the same all the time.
Yeah.
You know, at this, and yeah, we know. I mean, like, there's like over freaking half of the comments on that subreddit thing. Like, well, there are still some things you could, again, like I said, it's a piece of a larger puzzle.
And
it helps to build a profile. And if somebody is really salty about something and they really want to find you, you know, that's one piece that they're going to need to do that.
It's kind of like also, I mean, if you think about it, people saying the IP address isn't really that dangerous to have. That's true. But I mean, like, for instance, if I had my credit card and someone just had the expiration date and maybe like a few of the numbers, I still wouldn't want them knowing that and trying to use that to profile things. You know, they could.
Or one of the arguments is the worst thing that they could do is launch a DDoS attack on you. It's like,
yeah, but that's still
pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
That sounds
that's pretty bad.
goddamn bad to me. I mean, because then what you could do is okay, say you're being attacked by somebody and you know their IP, you could just DDoS them so they disconnect.
Right. And then report them for
combat logging,
Yeah,
and
it's
you don't
stupid.
die.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but just DDoSing somebody so they can't use the internet, I mean, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, what if they work from home or something, or like
Right.
they need the internet? Like, that's still pretty bad.
Right. I mean, a lot of people that are in the Elite Dangerous world, you know, are like independent contractors. They work from home. That's why they have a lot of time to play Elite. But you know, that's still a clear violation of somebody's, you know, rights to be on the internet. I mean, that's an attack, and just to minimize it, I think it's just
Ranging drive operating beyond safety limits.
And it's strange that they would really try victim blaming in this case, because they're the ones, you know, looking at people's IP addresses. They're the one using that information to find alternate accounts. They're the ones who are using that information and threatening to release that information publicly as well.
Right.
And you're just like, hey, we caught you.
Frontier-
And they're like, oh, well, it's your fault. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, and despite how you feel about whether it's a big deal or not, you know, Frontier has emphatically stated that this is way against the terms of service and the end user license agreement. Like, it is far and beyond a clear violation, and people that are doing this, they're found, will be dealt with. So, you know, you know, if you think that this is okay, it's not okay. And so, despite your opinion on how vulnerable an IP address really makes you, as we've said, as we've all three of us said, it by itself is not enough. But, you know, Frontier's put their foot down and said, no, it's not okay.
Exactly. I mean, and at that point, when Frontier themselves step in and say, no, that's wrong, I mean, that's just end of discussion. I mean, that's
it. Yeah.
And you know, Frontier is usually very tacit on these kind of matters.
I mean, you have people complaining about gankers, or, you know, people
Combat
complaining
loggers
around
or
combat
whatever.
loggers and things like that, and they're like, well, that happens. You know, like, there's nothing, they're not breaking any rules. You know, and they'll kind of let it go. But in this case, you know, they're like, no, this is definitely something that is against the terms of service. This is definitely something that even we consider cheating. Then, yeah.
And they were like really quick to respond. If I remember correctly, I think it was only like an hour or so after the post was originally made that one of the managers came on and made their comment. But I mean, you know, yeah, like you said, once they had their say, I mean, it's pretty much game over then, because it's their game and they have, you know, their own terms of service and everything. So
Right. They have the authority to control how you use their game.
Right.
And
you know, this is not about us like retaliating for the war. Like, we were jazzed up about it. You know, we were excited to get in a fight. You know, win or lose, it was going to be a lot of fun. It was not about like putting them out there. I mean, it wasn't it's their actions, and they're just there, and you can look at them and make the decision that this is not something that's okay. So, you know, this wasn't a retaliatory thing that we did, but I think it's important that people know that people in this group, now some people in the group have disavowed these actions, but there's people in this group that are doing this. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. And just know that there's probably other groups doing it as well. So until it's harder to tie IP addresses and accounts,
Landing gear
and unless
deployed.
Frontier does something where they're not logging it for you and gift wrapping it, you know, there's still ways you could do this. You could still do some hard work and do it. Until they stop gift wrapping it for everybody, you know, if you're really worried about this, you should take actions to protect your IP address.
Yeah, absolutely.
definitely.
And, you know, especially if you have two accounts, just make sure you're careful on who you engage. But at this point, I think with FDev, taking action, hopefully this will be sorted pretty quickly, and it won't be something we have to continuously worry about as we're playing.
Yeah.
As you said, we just wanted to kind of deconstruct this topic a little bit, just because it is something that's a little bit more serious than your average skirmish between the Empire and the Federation and all that stuff. It starts to get a little bit too real, and so we just wanted to talk about it unfettered by immersion.
Yeah, so this won't be aired, right, Commander Arbitration? This is just going to be its own...
This will be an on-demand piece on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes. So
we want to make sure we don't break the immersion of, commanders listening to this as they're playing Elite Dangerous, but this way, as well as the other things that have been put out about it, there will be a place to come and listen to it and kind of get a layout of what's going on and how it affects them personally. So, thank you definitely for coming on and talking to us about this and giving us a heads up on everything that's going on and how it's working exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so as usual, if you are interested, please join the Radio Sidewinder crew and join us next week for the next episode of the talk show. The actual next episode of the talk show, not out of universe bit.
Yes, my immersion's been ruined for like a week now. I can't stand it. My goodness. Alright, see you next time, Commander. This is Steven Atronach signing off.
As Commander Arbitration signing off.
And I'm Commander Felix Jefferson signing off. Fly safe, Commander. And also stay safe out there with this group doing what they're doing.
Greetings, Commander. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Radio Sidewinder News. A busy weekend in the galaxy. Between updates of the Universal Cartographics 2.3 firmware to the discovery of generation ships strewn across the galaxy, of course, the biggest event that everyone is talking about, Salome's attempted flight into the bubble with secret data. The purpose of the flight was to bring data that has been kept suppressed, allegedly, by the great powers of the galaxy to light. 4 commanders, including Salome, possessed the data, and 3 of them made it safely to their destinations. All 4 commanders were hunted on their way into the bubble by a conglomeration of pro-establishment forces. Salome, of course, most famous for her role as the figurehead of the Children of Raxla, had been accused of terrorism and inciting revolt by members of both the Empire and the Federation. The VIPs were escorted into the bubble by an alliance of unlikely friends, from elements of Canon Interstellar to Loren's Legion to the Children of Raxla, Adol's Armada, and, predictably proving to be the most infamous of all, the Smiling Dog Crew. Unfortunately, for Salome, just before she was able to reach her final waypoint, a member of the SGC, Commander Harry Potter, decided to turn coats and took it upon himself to find Salome using her transponder signal, and used his friendly IFF to get close enough to interdict her and ultimately destroy her. Despite the loss of Commander Salome, the other 3 data couriers, Ran Corson, former Junior Alliance operative Sue Annabelle Singh, and Yuri Nakamura, made it safely to the system of Teorge. Once there, commanders were free to observe the intel that was brought in. However, the intelligence, brought into the galaxy after great sacrifice and immense secrecy, was leaked by one Commander Damaran. The information was posted on the public Galnet hours before Salome and her entourage entered the bubble. Many questions are being raised regarding the identity of this commander. How did he acquire this information?